can we do a little thing for Drum Channel?
Let's do it.
Is this your first time? You've performed here before, correct?
Yeah, I performed a couple times, and I came last year just as a spectator, just watching.
Okay. If you were a judge at the competition, which it is, and these guys have worked their asses off, for a whole year, what would the top 3 criteria be, the top 3 things you'd be looking for in a drummer?
I think it's cross between like being a great player, having like good chops,
Right.
and having like good showmanship.
Okay.
And putting together a solo. I was saying earlier, it's one thing to like be great at like rocking with a band or like coming up with drum parts for a song, but it's different when you're out there by yourself and you're creating a solo. It's a whole different like monster,
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Tell us, what are you doing right now? Are you working on something? You have a new project or anything going on?
yeah, I've been in the studio every day working on my next album,
Cool.
building beats and playing drums.
Solo album?
Yeah.
Wow.
I released one like 2 years ago, so this will be the follow-up to it. And then working on a covers album with my other band, The Transplants. And then a new Blink album that we start in February.
Lots going on.
Yeah.
Now, Drum Channel are releasing a drum trivia game in a couple of months.
Okay.
Do you have a cool drum trivia question for us you could think of?
I don't know. Like, give me an example.
Like, for example, who was the only drummer who didn't play on all the Beatles records?
That's tough.
Or something like that. Or, who were the drummers, who played with Deep Purple or something like any kind of... It could be about drummers or recordings or gear or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, name the drummers of King Diamond.
Yeah.
Those were great drummers, and they're all kind of slept on,
Yeah.
But for that genre of music, like for like metal, like Mickey D and Snowy Shaw, like they were just great drummers.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Cool. Yeah,
Enjoy the
pleasure,
show.
man.
See you in there.
Yeah.
You've had a really crazy busy couple of years, right?
Sure have, yeah.
I met your Drum Channel when you picked up your drum kit
Yes,
from DW. Beautiful kit.
thank you.
And I heard you just got a new one.
Just got a new one for a special gig we're doing.
I think I know which gig that is.
Yeah, it's pretty big, It's a football game between our concert. I don't know. No, I'm
It
just
doesn't
kidding.
get much bigger, does it?
No.
Now, have you been at the show before at the Drum Off?
Actually, no, this is my first
Your
time.
first time?
First time, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to see what these guys got, and I want to hear, some cool things today.
If you were to judge the competition tonight, what would be the top 3 things you're looking for in a drummer?
Groove,
Yeah?
musicality, dynamics,
Yeah?
and which would fall under musicality, and just originality. I've seen a ton of people play 30-second notes everywhere, and it's really cool, but I want to see someone bring groove and make me bob my head
Right.
and make me feel good.
Yeah. Beautiful. I saw you yesterday. I was up at Remo, and Kyle was editing a video of you,
Okay.
and you were killing it, man. It sounded great. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
If you were to perform here, and if you had to come up with like a 5-minute solo, what is your first inspiration? If you think of yourself, you've got 5 minutes, a spot in front of a bunch of drummers and judges, what would you personally go for? What would be the core of your solo?
Man, you know what? I think I would try to bring out some type of groove. I think I would reference probably the Buddy Rich with Steve Gadd, and just I like the way when they traded between Vinny, him, and Dave.
Right.
Just he would play these grooves, and it just felt good. I think I would try to channel that.
Right.
And because there's just so much going on these days, and I like, again, going back to what I said earlier, I like when I can play drums and I see people bobbing to me,
Right.
and I know they're feeling it,
Right.
then it's satisfaction for me. So I think that's where I'd go.
That's what it's all about.
Just if I see someone smiling and more than just a quick like, woo, that was hot. I want to see them just the whole time with me, grooving with me. I think I'm winning.
That's awesome. Now, Drum Channel are releasing a drum trivia game very soon. Do you have a cool drum trivia question for us?
Drum trivia question with an answer.
Yeah, if you have it, that'd be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's a good drum trivia question? Okay. Who's the one drummer, and you know this guy, who's the one drummer that I took lessons from in the last 2 years?
Ah, very nice. Is Dave?
Sure is.
Thanks so much for talking to us. I'll see you in there. Enjoy the show. Thank you. Will, can I grab you for a moment? Hi, Thomas Lang. I'm doing something for Drum Channel here. How you doing?
All right, great, good. Nice to be here.
Thank you. As a bass player and part of the rhythm section, if you were to judge this contest, What would you be looking for in a drummer? What would impress you primarily? Like the top 3 things.
Well, can I ask you a question so I can give a better answer? I've never seen this go down. Is it just guys playing alone by themselves?
Yes. It's
Well, okay.
some of them use a sequence like an octopad to play too.
Okay.
But it's basically a solo drum performance.
Well, my whole thing that I look for is relationship to time and how steady is the time and how locked in can a guy actually be when he's playing with other people. So that means that, he's not out there free falling on his own with time and stuff.
Sure.
So as long as you're able to listen to a person play, guy or girl, I should say,
Right.
playing, you should be able to get the sense that they have some real inner clock that you'd be able to deal with.
Right.
Is there something? Is it music? Is the performance musical enough so that there's an actual sort of real groove for you to latch on to?
Right.
As a listener. And beyond that, of course, precision in all the things that they're trying to go for execution-wise, around the horn and stuff,
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. And, general showmanship, general, sense of inner, like, relaxation. I know what I'm doing. I'm not flailing. I'm not, like, trying to fool anybody.
Right.
I really mean business,
Right.
You can really tell
Yeah. Great.
when a player has all that stuff going on. And it's,
Those are the most important things, indeed.
And do they have the ability to lay out ever? Probably not. Who knows? That's not why you buy drums, right?
Exactly.
Anyway.
Well, thanks so much.
All right.
Enjoy the show. Are you excited about the show?
I'm very excited
Yeah?
about the show.
What are you going to judge? Are you going to judge outfits?
No,
Haberdashery?
no.
No?
What's interesting, because I think in all the years that they've had these competitions,
Yeah.
drummers expect that they have to bring a certain amount of flash
Yeah. Fireworks.
to the show, fireworks. But the last few years, at least when I've been judging, musicality is
Right.
always that cream that rises to the top. And that's what impresses the judges the most, and it's the most lasting quality. That said, we do look for some pizzazz and excitement.
Right.
Now, last year we had a very talented drummer, but he chose to begin his solo doing a handstand and playing the drums upside down, and he didn't win.
Right.
I'm sure he's a terrific player, but it was not as easy to take his drumming as seriously as. And the gentleman who won last year is a middle school
Right.
band director.
Oh, wow. That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, and it's just outstanding. So I don't know what the parameters are this year in terms of, for example, last year they had to employ the roll-in octopad and samples and stuff like that. So I'm curious as to
Yeah. Within
yeah, like the prerequisite or criteria. Thank you. He finishes my sentences for me.
Well, great to have you here.
Well, thank you. It's
Looking forward
good.
to seeing you
Good to
in
be
there.
here. Are you judging?
I am judging as well.
What will you be listening for?
I'm going to be same thing. Musicality. I'm listening for personality and creativity.
And of course, technical proficiency, and it's
Yeah.
sort of a given at this point. That
It's a given, exactly. I don't really look out for some flash rudiments or anything, or great technique. Of course, it's a given, but for me, the most important things are uniqueness and surprise. Creativity and musicality. One last thing before you leave.
English as a second language, and you're.
I try really hard, with the English. But before we go, can you give us? Drum Channel's releasing a drum trivia game very soon. Can you give us a cool drum trivia question?
Drum trivia question.
Anything that's like a drum inside information, or is things that drummers would know, an interesting trivia question about drummers, equipment, drums, the history of drumming.
Okay. Laura Nyro's first album, Eli and the 13th Confession, has some incredible drumming on it. 2 drummers play on that album. Of course, the magic of the internet, you can look it up, but on the original release, the drummers' names were not listed. Who are the 2 drummers on that album?
That's very good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I love DC Live.
Oh yeah. How you
Come
doing,
on.
buddy?
I feel great. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This is your 10th anniversary here.
That's
right?
true.
Hosting a show.
It's true.
Can you believe it?
Well, you know what? When I was young, I would see these drum offs and drum clinics, and I was always afraid to join them.
Right.
I would love to watch from afar because, you know, it's just such power and discipline.
Right.
But now I realize, you know, how great it is for pros to watch these amateurs and they give us ideas.
Amateurs.
Yes, amateurs. Well, you know, they haven't made it yet per se, but they're such great players.
Yeah.
And you know how much it takes to get together a performance when you know you're a solo player. So I love that the last few months they've been shedding alone in the room.
Right.
Hard, you know, and that turns me on. And tomorrow I'll have some new tricks by seeing what goes down tonight.
Yeah.
And then that great competitive spirit of all the pros playing.
Right.
And that's always cool because you know, I love playing gigs and clubs, but when you do a festival and there's 20 bands, you play better because there's other people watching, other musicians, you know.
It's motivating, absolutely. Now, Drum Channel is releasing a drum trivia game very soon.
Right.
Do you have a cool drum trivia question for us?
Well, I do actually. One of the drummers who came from Birmingham, England, it's one of the greats,
Yeah.
was there at a day when another drummer from Birmingham, England opened up a record store. And a friend of theirs, Bev Bevan, was there for the photo shoot.
Yes.
We've got John Bonham, Bev Bevan, and who opened the record shop?
Is it, well,
Drummer
I can
from-
say Bill.
Yeah, drummer from Black Sabbath, Bill Ward.
There you go.
And there's a great photo of that. And they all had fur coats and beards. And they're brutal, you know. I'm a California boy. I was like, it looks terrible. But it was just an epic picture. And I just imagine what a great time that must have
It's
been.
a moment in history.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's my little trivia.
After tonight, of course, you're hosting the show, but you're not done, right? So you're not done. What's happening after? What's happening with the winner after the show?
Monday the 27th, January 27th, the winner of tonight's show is going to be out at DC Live. I'll be there. We're going to battle it out on the drum kit, talk about drumming, talk about his inspiration, and of course his bright future.
Right.
And one of the greats for me is Don Lombardi, who cares about education and the passing on the torch of drumming, and that's who put it together. Drum Workshop, Drum Channel, Don Lombardi. To me,
Give it up for Don, everybody.
that's the future of drumming, man, getting people together.
That's wonderful. Thanks so much, Stephen. I'll see you in there. Enjoy the show.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Tom.
Ray! What up, buddy? Good to see you, buddy.
All right.
Yes, we're doing. All is well. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
We're doing a little something for Drum Channel here.
Cool, cool.
Ray.
Drum channel, not guitar channel?
No,
Oh, man.
come on. It's the biggest night on the drumming calendar.
It is.
Ray, what up?
Just hanging, man. I'm chilling.
You done for a while?
Yeah, give me some talent. Maybe if I rub up against you. Oh, it's coming into me. I feel it.
So, you've been real busy.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Korn.
Korn
you-
got. We're booked till like almost November right now. It's crazy. My band really never stops. Thank God. You know, it's awesome. I mean, we're supporting the new Paradigm Shift album that came out last October, and we start back on February 15th in New Zealand, Australia, and we just go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, it's good to be on a little break, right?
It feels
Until-
great, but me like an idiot, I booked my whole January. Like I started doing sessions, and I haven't. I know, man. I know.
Stop it! Come on, leave some work for the other people.
I know. My 3-year-old is bummed too because he's like, he's like, Daddy's leaving me. I'm like, no, I'm staying in my own bed, but I'm working in LA.
there.
You know.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I have a new band called KXM. It's with George Lynch on guitar, the legendary guy, and the legendary Doug Pinnick on bass. Yeah. I've always been a huge King's X fan.
wow.
Yeah. So like, we're really excited. We're mixing and mastering right now, and that'll be out the end of March. And yeah, so everybody look for that.
Wow, incredible. Now, Drum Channel are releasing a drum trivia game very soon.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you have a cool drum trivia question for us?
Whoa. Drum trivia. I got so many of them. Yeah, what did Alex Van Halen have on his 1990s? Oh no, I'm messing up the year. When did they do their big reunion tour?
Just guesstimate.
Okay, how about
Oh,
when they got back together with David Lee Roth, the first tour in the past 7 years, Alex had something on his kit that was very special and that no one ever did on the planet. On one of his bass drums. That's the trick. What was that? I'm not even going to give the drum away.
Okay.
It's in one of the many drums on his kit.
Oh, I know what it is.
You know what it is.
I know what it is.
That's a pretty good one.
question.
That is. That's pretty wacky.
Ray, enjoy the
Thank you,
show.
brother.
Thanks for talking to us. I'll see you in there.
All right, buddy.
Have a good one.
Take care.